Thank you so much for your participation in this webinar. I have just to give some information before starting, and the first thing is that Mr. Vitelli, that is the head of European Union project funded of Federturismo, that will be the moderator of this webinar. He couldn't be with us because he's attending an international meeting. And moreover, so I will try to manage the webinar. Moreover, also the Mrs. Vanera, that unfortunately for a last minute urgency couldn't attend. Anyway, the webinar will be around the DMO experience, the experience of a tourist destination in addressing the issue of sustainability and local responsibility. So, I mean, our speakers will talk about how issues of sustainability and social responsibility in a tourist destination have been successfully addressed. I'm very pleased to introduce our brilliant and long expert speaker as Mr. Tapinassi, thanks a lot, and Mr. Kropfitsch also, thanks a lot, to accept our invitations. Just a few information about that and their careers. Mr. Tapinassi is the responsible of the Tuscany Regional Government Agency and also the person in charge of the scientific direction and concept of BTO, Tourism Online, that is the reference event in Italy of digital tourism. Instead, Mr. Kropfitsch is a long experience expert about sustainability, and this is the business development manager of Territory Sustainability, that is a think tank for quality tourism. So I'm so happy to give you the stage, and please, Mr. Tapinassi, the stage is yours.
Good morning. I am the director of Toscana Promozione Turistica, which is the tourism promotion agency of the Tuscan region, but also a destination management organization. The main difference between these two roles is the difference between operational marketing, which deals with how to promote a product or a service, and the strategic marketing, which identifies what to promote. The promotion agency deals with planning communication actions, events and trade fairs, designing marketing campaigns, starting with graphics, claims, image, and choosing the best marks and media. The DMO, the Destination Management Organization, works on choosing tourism products and involving the system of regional businesses that offer services consistent with the product and the resulting message that has been selected. In uncertain sales, we are trying to identify travel themes and therefore clusters of travelers that tell the story of Tuscany, not only for its beauty, but for its ability to welcome and make our guests feel good. The DMO workflow aims to create an effective public-private partnership, bringing together advertising messages and real offers organized by private enterprises. It starts with a call to all those involved in tourism, municipalities, businesses, associations, to set up a working group that collectively draws up the chart of values, a manifesto that identifies certain principles and commitments that we have all want to respect together. In the next phase, the Toscana Promozione Turistica Agency creates a specific communication campaign Lastly, we inform all companies interested in the theme of the opportunities they will have by working together with the agency, so that they can publish their proposal in the Visit Tuscany website in line with the travel theme and the promotion we have planned. Today, we would like to share two projects to support the regional tourism offer linked to sustainable tourism and the tourism dedicated to female travelers. The benvenute in Toscana. We have a short presentation that we share. Okay. The Benvenuti in Toscana project allowed us to recount not only that offer dedicated to women, but also to many women working in tourism, choosing a sample of female entrepreneurs throughout Tuscany who dedicate their work to welcoming visitors with special attention to female visitors. Clara Svanera coordinated the project, and together with a number of an Italian and international editorial groups reporting on Tuscan women. We continue to present the project in all trade fairs and events, as we will do in New York from the Lonely Planet Best in Travel Hours, and in London in WTM. In these very weeks, we work has begun to involvement on Tuscan companies and the collection of tourism offers already organized in our region. I pass the word to Robert Kropfitsch, who oversaw the sustainability project for us.
Hello, Robert.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Good morning, all, and welcome to this webinar. I'm Robert Kropfitsch from Territorio Sostenibili. Territorio Sostenibili is a consultancy firm who works in the tourism field and with the aim to bring sustainability. We start 10 years ago in Trentino by proposing sustainable products and issue to some DMO. Trentino is the region which we launch our main project as we work with several DMO in Trentino. We also work for other DMO in Lazio, for instance, in Lombardy, but we also work we collaborate also with the hotels. And so we have a wide image of what happened now in tourism about sustainability. In Tuscany with the director Tapinassi, we started 1 year ago by imagining a charter of values for sustainability tourism in Tuscany. And for this reason, I will start a short presentation. So give me just 1 second in order to share. Give me one feedback if you see my presentation, please.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, great. So, as I told you, we start about 1 year ago, imagining how to develop a project of sustainability in the region in Tuscany. And the first idea was to discuss about the reason the reason why we have to start this kind of project, this kind of experience, as it's quite, let's say, it's more easy. It's more easy to discuss about and to launch a project if you're a single operator, a hotel, for instance, or a campsite. And it's quite difficult. It's quite different if we are talking in terms of a DMO, in terms of an entire region. So the first idea was to give to the operator a platform in which we can or the operator can add their experience, and from their experience we grow up by try to make a definition of sustainability. So the purpose of the Charter of Values, it's not a document, a paper document, let's say, hung on the wall, but it's a strategic tool, a platform, as I told you before, in order to give the possibility to operators to plan their activities in order to be sustainable. From one side, and to the other side, on the flip side, the Charter of Value is it's a model to support the activities, the local activities in Toscana. Of course, the local activities that respect resources and social and cultural capital. So let's start to go much deeper in our project. We start with mapping, try to map, because Toscana it's very wide as a region, so has lots of operators. So we start to map on a desk way. We try to match, sorry, to search all the operators who has on their website information in terms of sustainability. We use three kind of criteria, and the first one was a criteria based on certification. So we try to understand by the website of the operators if they have a certification issued, of course, by a certification body, and in terms of international or national levels. So we try to make the first selection in terms of certification. The second selection was by checking the operators who work in compliance with the principles indicated by the United Nations World Travel Organization in terms of sustainability, and of course that they contribute to the achievement of the United Nations SDGs. The third kind of criteria was based on the GSTC criteria. I think that you all know GSTC. In Italy, we have, let's say, an explosion of GSTC certificated destination. And in South Tyrol, for instance, there are lots of DMO who gained this certification in the last 6 months. So this first activity gave us about 400 operators. Of course, we know that it's only a part of the entire world of the operator in Tuscany, and of course the operator who has a sustainability project. So we start with another activity, a survey. We sent a survey to about 600 operators in Tuscany, and we get response from about 100 of them, and 80% from the private sector, and 20% better, 85% from the private sector, and 50% from the public sector. The survey has about 50 issues, and I have tried to resume this issue in terms of certification project, if they have relevant sustainability issue in terms of water, for instance, or waste. And the last part of the question of the survey was about the willingness to collaborate, as our aim was to start a third part of the project by join the operator. In this term, we had one first meeting in Castiglione della Pescaia, and then 3 workshops. In the first meeting in Castiglione della Pescaia, we tried to share a common, let's say, language and keywords of sustainability. Because as you know better than me, it's when we talk about sustainability, it's easy to discuss in terms of general issues. So we try to reduce, if I can use this word, in order to give to the group a common language. Then we start with a workshop. And at the workshop, we had about, if I will remember, 35 operators. They come from all Tuscany, and with them we try to identify the key values that describe Tuscany region as a sustainable destination. This was a very useful workshop, as the people we use Canva to make this kind of workshop, and also other tools like Mentimeter, for instance. And after this workshop, we get the first information about the key values in terms of sustainability from one side, but in terms of which is the nature, the identity of the touristic proposal in Tuscany. In the second workshop, sorry, one moment. Okay. In the second workshop, we ask to the participant, and also in this second workshop, we have about 30 people who attend the workshop, and we ask them to validate and confirm the principle and the value that we get from the first workshop. In the third one, we try to put, let's say, on the ground our principle, our values, and try to understand how they see the principle and the value in terms of the product, the offer they made to the market, but also which are the relationship with the local community, and how they communicate their proposal to the market. So this path let's give us the information to finalize the charter of value. The charter of value. Sorry, I cannot go down. Okay, the charter of value was based on this main contribution from the workshop. These contributions are both needs and aims for the future. So the group, the people who participated to the workshop, aim to have a coordinated strategy and also they want to see the touristic product in terms of integration with the single operator. And very important was the issue to how to protect the heritage of the Tuscany identity, and of course also the lifestyle. And they came to the solution that the collaboration is the first tool to preserve and to give cost instance to the value. So the charter of value was based on this process, but we also have to say that when we start to finalize the charter of value, we know that we have to be very simple, as the charter of value is a strategic tool. It's not a declaration. It's not only a declaration. Of course, it's a declaration, but its aim, the reason why, as I told you before, is a strategic tool, a platform where we want to share and to collaborate in the future. So these are the principle of the charter of value. We have a charter of value based on two, let's say, two phases. One is called the principle, where the general aim of the charter of value, and we reduce all the principle in terms of collaboration, of course, conservation of the landscape and the heritage, transparency, as people who will sign the charter of value will act in terms of transparency and respect, of course, all the people engaged in the charter of value, and finally in terms of responsibility. These principles are, let's say, connected with the principle of the corporate social responsibility, because also this was another background we use to build up the chart of value. I will not go down in this principle, as you know better than me probably, but maybe it's more interesting if we go down to the values. So the values are quite simple, because these values are the way in which we want to give a, let's say, if we see if we see a sailing boat, it's like when we start to make a sail, so we have to check. And when we start a project, when the operator will start the project, they will check their boat, and their boat in terms of energy, in terms of water, in terms of waste, in terms of protecting the biodiversity, and not using, for instance, a single plastic product, but in order to reduce in all the activities single plastic products, and not only reduce, but eliminate single-use plastic products. Of course, our values are engaged also in terms of mobility, as we know that in Italy, the issue of mobility, it's an issue extremely important, and in Toscana too, in order to reduce at minimum the impact in terms of emission. As Toscana is quite famous for its food tradition, the use of seasonal agri-food products is another value that we bring into the charter of value, as we have in Toscana, Vetrina Toscana, who is the platform which promote food products, Tuscany products. Of course, as we talked before about social corporate responsibility, we have to consider our staff and our collaborators. The last values are based on the idea that people can solve some of the big issue only if they actively collaborate with the other operators and the local community. The local community must be engaged and involved in all the project in order to give consistency to the touristic issue. And of course, we have to act in terms of transparency with the guest in order to enhance the Toscan identity, describing in a proper way to the guest in terms of cultural, environmental, landscape, and historically architectural values. So these are the two faces, the two pillars of our chart. From the one side, the principle, and from the other side, the values, who are practical way how to manage the activity in a destination, in a community, or in a hotel, and how we decide to put in place and to give work to this charter value. Of course, the communication activity, who are in the activity of Toscana Promozione Turistica, are the main activities that the agency started a couple of weeks ago. But from our side, I mean, from Territorio Sostenibile in collaboration with the Toscana Promozione Turistica, our role will be to engage the operator who will sign the charter of value, and this engagement will be put in place through direct contact with the operators in order to understand which are their needs, because our aim is to monitoring the good practices, and finally to try to describe and to make on the platform of Visit Tuscany an offer of sustainability operators of the region. So my presentation is come to its end, and I will stop the okay, and I will be at your disposal. You have a question?
Yes, Mr. Kropfitsch, thank you so much. Thank you so much, and really congratulations for your project. I'm really, yes, also interested in see how you your project is a very nice example and real example of real collaborations between all stakeholders about destination, and so really congratulates about your initiatives, and I think it has not been an easy going work. I mean, to put together all these stakeholders. So and then also, moreover, that is a real and a successful example of a really destination management organization activity. So yes, I just invite the participants, if they have some questions or whatever. The questions, yeah, on the chat, to write down on the chat, and I have just, yes, I bring the greetings of Mr. Tapinassi, that is just to thanks, Mr. Tapinassi, thanks a lot.
Yes, I shared in chat the new brochure dedicated to project Welcome Benvenute, in a broad vision of sustainability. We decide to dedicate a project to women in tourism, also for gender equality and the social responsibility. I apologize to all of you, but I am being called an unexpected meeting with our regional councillor. I'm very sorry. Thank you very much for your invitation, and I hope I can the possibility to receive your questions also in the next days. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you, Mr. Tapinassi. Thank you so much to you. Yeah, don't worry. Mr. Tapinassi, as I can see from the chat, has already, as he said, replied to the question of Mrs. Mercedes Cuesta about the female gender angle business. So if there is I don't see any other questions about anything. Okay, so I think that okay. I really would like to thank you everybody for your participation. I just want to inform you that the webinar will be soon available in the next day on the website of the project, www.tourism4-0.eu, and so I will invite you to see them. And if you have any questions or any curiosity about the initiatives, please visit the website and send us an email. And so thanks to all, thanks Mr. Kropfitsch. Congratulations again for your initiatives. And no, sorry, okay, no, there is a question. As an agency with sustainable certification, where should we contact to join the projects? Can you?
I don't see the chat. So sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I'm going to.
Iballa Ruiz Insule is an agency with sustainable certification. Where should we contact to join the project for collaboration?
On our website, you will find our information, and I will leave you on the chat my direct email if you want.
Oh. Okay, thank you. Okay, yes. Also, Mr. Ruiz Insula, yes. He heard the. Okay, so he's going. So Mr. Kropfitsch is going to write down his contacts. Okay, his contacts. Okay. Okay. It's Robert at adsol.it. Anyway, okay. Is there any other questions or I didn't see anything about that. No, I don't think so. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to really thank you, everybody, and I remind you, yes, to visit our websites, and you can contact us at the tourism contact details. Okay, thank you a lot. Thank you, Mr. Kropfitsch, and congrats, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.